one thing, when you live deeply in every moment, you are living in a totally detached way. If you live, you can live. When you don't live, only then you can't live. The fear of detachment is nothing but, in reality, you see, why we are so afraid of detaching? Because we have not lived. If you really live, even a single moment, your life, you will not have the fear to detach yourself from the life. If you live, you will understand attaching and detaching, living or leaving. Both are only two different words, but the experience is one and the same. The experience is just one and the same. As long as you have the idea, the spirituality is a part of your life, a part-time job, you can neither become spiritual nor become worldly. All our ideas about so-called worldliness and so-called spirituality is just junk. Nothing but junk. It is just words, hypocrisy. Whatever you call as a spirituality is nothing more than some doings, some actions. Whatever you call the ritual or any practice, it is just skin deep. Either you do it physically or mentally. Both are not going to transform you. Something more than physical or mental action, what I call inspiration, is necessary to experience the truth, to experience the missing link. The missing link is what I call living in the moment, living in the present moment. When you live in the present moment, you discover the missing link between worldly life and the spiritual life. Then you will really understand what I mean by the word quantum spirituality. You don't have to bother about traveling in the horizontal line or traveling in the vertical line. You don't have to have the idea, if I travel in the horizontal line 100 km, I will miss my traveling in the vertical line. No. Just you can explore in horizontal line and vertical line in the same time, in the same space.
That means at every point of the horizontal line, you can have a vertical line.
Every point of the house, because you have some other choice. You have some other choice. If you really don't have any other choice, mentally, if you really don't want any other choice, if you don't have a dream home, if you don't have any other fantasies about bigger house, or a different bungalow, or a different place to live, naturally you will not suffer. The moment idea of your dream home enters into your life, the moment the idea of dream home enters in between you and your home looks like hell. Your home looks like hell. The moment the idea of beauty enters in between you and your body, understand a simple thing. When you start thinking somebody is beautiful and you are not up to the mark, you create a gap between you and your body. You start creating a gap between you and your body. I am not saying male feeling a man feeling a woman as a beautiful. I am not telling that. I am telling a man feeling another man as beautiful. Women feeling another woman as a beautiful person. A man, if he feels somebody else's body is beautiful, he should also look like that person. He starts creating a gap between he and his own body. He starts creating a gap between his consciousness and his body. He starts losing sensitivity. Everyone is beautiful unto himself. There is no scale that somebody is beautiful and somebody is ugly. You are unique unto yourself. Everybody is beautiful. See, God is not an engineer to make a mold and create a continuous same type of people. God is a painter, He is an artist. He paints every one of you. He designs every one of you. God is a painter, God is an artist. If He is an engineer, naturally what He will do? He will do mass production. He will do Mass production, make a best mold, best nose, best eyebrows, best face structure, best body structure. Start molding. Just do the mass production. But God is not engineer. He is an artist. He paints every one of us. The moment you start thinking somebody else is beautiful, I am not up to the mark, you start creating gap between you and your body. Naturally you become less sensitive to your body. You stop living inside your body. One of the biggest problem in our life is not living inside your boundary. We continuously live somewhere else. For example, the moment you get up from your bed and start brushing your teeth, you are in the office. You start thinking about the office. The moment you come to your dining table, you are worrying about your evening program. The moment you are in the office, you start thinking about the evening program, some temple or some beach or some program where you are supposed to go. The moment you come and sit in the lecture, you start thinking about your house, when this Swami will enter this course, when I can go back to the house, there is so much to be done in the house. So the moment you go back to your house, you start thinking about tomorrow morning what. One thing you can be sure, if your body is here, you are not here. That has become a way of life. That has become a way of life. If your body is somewhere, you are not there. That has become a way of life. So why we don't live inside our body? The moment you have an idea, somebody is beautiful than you, somebody is nice than you, the moment you start decorating yourself to look like somebody, you start creating gap between your consciousness and your body. Whenever you bring fantasies, dreams between you and your real life, you bring Maya to disturb you. It is you who invite Maya into your life to disturb you. All our problems in relationship is nothing but the expression of our fantasies. Because of our fantasies, we start expressing, we start creating problems. I always tell you, it's a simple thing, please understand. You don't have to renounce what you don't have. You don't have to renounce what you have. Just renounce what you don't have. That is more than enough. This is the simple understanding which you can have about the Maya.